to go. We are so against Monsanto, you guys. Research Monsanto. Google Monsanto.
GMOs are not for me.
Which is a crop insurance company that was recently bought by Monsanto for $1 billion. Now controls aggregated weather data, 5 terabytes of data per day that is now under their control, that is now being given to farmers or not given to farmers. We do not know what their intentions are in purchasing a company that specializes in crop insurance and that specializes in data. And this raises huge questions as far as what does it mean when science is for sale at this extent? What does it mean when a company like Monsanto, who already has a monopoly on seed, already has a monopoly on herbicides and pesticides, already...
Two of the big signs that are really exciting, well, two of many. Greenpeace and Friends of the Earth had actually abandoned this issue in the United States before Proposition 37. Do you know that? They are the biggest GMO watchdogs across the world, and they had left. They weren't even working on it anymore because they felt like we were a lost cause. And I was talking, they're back now, I gotta tell you, in full force, because of what you guys did, what we all did together. And not only that, I was talking to someone from Europe, and she was telling me that the world is watching us, that we are now, the United States is now the hope for this movement, instead of us looking out all across the world.
Mostly, I don't know, 80% organic with our family.
You've heard
my son's food allergies.
You've heard of Monsanto?
Yeah.
So what do you think of your son's food allergies? Do you think they're growing in the population for some reason?
I don't know, you know, we come from Michigan. I grew up on a farm in Michigan. And we never injected any of our cattle with anything. And we got along just fine.
You know, I always want to speak a little bit to the lies that are being told, because, you know, you go to Sacramento and you follow behind these lobbyists and you hear these lies that are just outrageous, and I think it's really important that we continue to counter them. And you know, for instance, you hear over and over these that science is somehow on the side of GMOs and that we're anti-science, and that they actually are going around saying that there's 600 studies that are out there that are supporting the need for GMOs, and it's total crock. You know, if you go look at those 600 studies, what you find out is that most of them actually talk about the problems with GMOs. So they're totally like making it up, and unfortunately, you know, senators have too much to do to actually read the material. But, you know, to me that's outrageous, and we need to keep talking about that. You know, I think I remember, I think it was Ralph Nader that talked about how we needed to get politicians to put tags on them for corporate sponsorship, sort of like we do race cars, which always struck me as a great idea. And I think we need to do exactly the same thing with scientists. We've got scientists, our scientific community has now been paid off. You know, you can't get grants for funding science unless you're going to the likes of Monsanto and Syngenta to get funding. So it's really, really difficult to be a scientist in this day and age and really speak the truth about what's happening. There are, as you know, many scientists on our side about this. The scientific community is definitely split about it, but you wouldn't know it from hearing what the lobbyists are saying at all. You would think that we're all a bunch of idiots that have no idea of science, and I think the science is definitely on our side. One of the other lies that's perpetuated over and over out there is that somehow GMOs are increasing yields for croplands, and you know, study after study has shown that that's total BS. It's just not true, but they repeat it like over and over and over again as though if they say it enough times it will be true. And you know, the studies are actually showing the reverse. If you compare organic systems to GMO and conventional systems, the organic systems yield just as much as the GMO systems do. In fact, what they're discovering is that in drought years, the organic systems suddenly perform better than the GMOs. So we actually have better yields. So anyway, the lie of yields, and you know, that to me feeds right into the other big lie, which is that somehow we need these crops to feed hungry people or to feed poor people. Or, you know, I can tell you that if you, the math of how you find out how much food costs is really simple. You take the yield, you know, and if the yield is more in an organic system, and the other side of the ledger is that organic systems take less inputs. So that means that there's less cost to grow organic food. So if the yields are higher and the costs are lower, you get cheaper food. It's that simple. So there is a basic lie out there, and they keep saying it over and over again, that somehow we that want to eat non-GMOs are the privileged, other people can't afford that. That's another bunch of BS. It's just not true. We can feed more people for less money with organic agriculture than we can with GMOs, pure and simple. So we need to keep talking about it, though, because these lies are getting, you know, they're so good at repeating it over and over again that, you know, good people are buying those lies. So I just encourage you all to, you know, keep talking about it.
Shooting, you don't have a card to
Hell no! GMO! Hell no! GMO! Hell no! GMO! Hell no!